Man, we moving top shares like Silverleaf and shit. Man, we full of that AI over here, man. Kind of link with.
Hello, it's your brother John Mack, aka Mindbender, back in the building. Here with a special report to talk about some issues that I think are very pertinent to our culture and society. Now, I've been, reviewing little headlines and what the news is over the past week. And obviously, everybody knows that the conflict over there in Israel is real. Motherfuckers is bombing each other back and forth. It's a Muslim, Jewish shit. They've been going through this type of shit for eons. And really, if you understand the real reason they go behind this, they're never going to tell you that on TV. But luckily for you, John Mack is in the motherfucking building. Well-spoken, well-read, well-taught. And in the prime position to educate for those who may be unfamiliar with what's going on. So, after World War II, the Jewish state felt misplaced and misrepresented and felt like they had always been picked on by world leaders and powers and governments and expelled all the way around the world, and they needed a home to call their own so they wouldn't just be expelled from other people's lands. Okay? Now, they picked this land over there that they said was Israel. Now, we don't know geographically if that's where Israel was or not, but that's what they say, so we'll go off of them. World powers like the United States and Russia and a few other countries was like, you know what? Let's let these niggas go ahead and have this little plot of dusty-ass land. There was really no irrigation there. It was sand everywhere. It wasn't an ideal place when people first started to go there, but they built that shit up. While the Muslim brothers was wearing sandals and praying 5 times a day with their head asleep, the Jews was building skyscrapers on that ass. Now, you look at the country, and it's extra wealthy. Extra wealthy. It's also a haven for pedophiles, but we'll talk about that later. Very wealthy state. And although they mistreated Beta Israel, which are the Ethiopians, like shit when it came time to rescue them during the wars, during the Bantu wars, and they still came and got them anyway, so major kudos to that. However, when they was established that little piece of land, it caused a lot of angst in the Islamic world. A lot of angst. They're like, oh yeah, y'all just gonna buy some shit and just build up in front of us? It's probably oil under that land, diamonds and gold. We just didn't realize it because we didn't have the money or technology. So the gravity of the whole situation is that a few months back, Russia went to Ukraine and started blowing the shit up out of Ukraine. And in Ukraine, they have a large Jewish community. Not saying that Russia went over there on any religious terminology like that, but facts are still a fact. Now, all of a sudden, we have Hamas attacking Israel and Israel launching missiles back and blowing the fuck out of everybody. And unfortunately, these Hamas niggas is cowards because they shooting missiles at Israel and hiding behind the people. You know what I'm saying? And letting them innocent people that's not soldiers or don't have any political fight in the battle get blown the fuck up. And, you know what I'm saying, kids and grandmothers, and the death toll is rising daily. So Micheal Rappaport asking us about why we don't support, the Jewish state when they're going through this type of trouble is quite difficult, because they'll say, well, Jews supported blacks during Jim Crow era. They was marching with us during Martin Luther King shit and all that. Okay, we get it. But y'all gotta remember, they weren't just marching for us. Jews were being charged the same way. They were being hung and lynched, and a lot of negativity was happening to them too. So really, they was really marching on their own behalf, and they used our political movement to help get their agenda across. But they wasn't going to jail in Birmingham and shit like us, packing niggas up in a goddamn jail bus like sardines. They wasn't in that bus. And if they was, I mean, you know, little has been said throughout history about the work they did other than they marches when they had all the power, the newspapers, the media, money, diamonds, gold, building a Jewish state. All the major players in the country are rich and nobility of the Jewish stock. While us here in America, you know, we shall overcome, we start doing all that, and the only thing we get is a pat on the fucking back. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. Let's kill a few more niggas and forget we did all this civil rights shit. That's how they feel, because they don't give a fuck. Affirmative action rubs everybody the wrong way, in which, you know, I always viewed it as a version and a piece of the reparations they owe us for mad years of manual labor. No, it can't make it. Mad years of manual labor that have, you know, plagued us, man, to where, you know, it did reverse psychology on a lot of black men in this time in society, where we feel like we got to do some illegal business or something to try to even keep up with the Joneses. Everybody is a threat to us. And the more foreigners that come to the United States, you know, Americans are indigenous to this land. We belong here. We've been here. If we came on a slave ship, we've been here 400 plus years. If we didn't come on a slave ship when we was indigenous, we've been here 1,000,000 years. Either way, we've been here. Whereas foreigners, they just jump across the motherfucking border, come over here, and reap all the goddamn benefits of our work. That black people went through. You know what I'm saying? We went through a lot of bullshit in this country. Lynchings, slavery, Civil War, you know, Black Wall Street explode. Y'all worried about Israel, the little piece of land we had, the little type of ownership we had, like Black Wall Street, dive bombed and blown up. Whereas the Jewish state did. You know, it's easy. See, because a lot of times they say, well, you know, who's hiring y'all to do these movies and putting y'all in media and all that? We are. That's how they look at it. We gave you a job, so, you know, so you should be more loyal, that type of shit. Well, it's like, yo, man, when it's quitting time, I go home and take care of my family. It's like, you should take care of yours. Are you taking up any arms, Micheal Rappaport, and going to Israel and helping them fight? And how many other Jewish Americans are going to take up arms and go and help Israel? Let's see. Let's watch. You know, because we saw World War II, and we saw, you know, tons of draft dodgers. And not only tons of draft dodgers here in the United States, but tons of draft dodging over there in the Jewish state when they was getting Cyclone B'd and gas chambered over there by Germany. You know, let's not mention Vietnam, okay? Because I looked at the statistics. In World War II, 2.5 million African Americans were drafted to the war, and all of us went. There was no draft dodging in the black community at all, whatsoever. And that's just to come back to a country, be spit on, hung, and called the nigger. You never witnessed that. Nobody was reprimanded or punished for the inhumane and cruel treatment we received. Hell, we had to march on Washington and sing "We Shall Overcome." We watched Malcolm X and any one of our leaders, Martin Luther King, you know what I mean, Fred Hampton, all get murdered in cold blood. Where was the Jewish state then? When our political leaders was getting gunned down in the street by police bullets. What about the mounds of black people that's died since World War II by the hands of the Gestapo police here in America? Man, you can't even name how many. Micheal fucking Rappaport. Man, go sit the fuck down somewhere before you get your tall, skinny beat the fuck up, man. I tell you what, come say that shit in Watts. Say that same shit that you just said right there. Come stand in the middle of Watts and say that, and watch what happened to you. It'll be a Holocaust Part 3, motherfucker. So, don't play that game with us, bro. Don't drag us into your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We have enough of our problems over here. How many black people are unemployed and under the poverty level in this country? Okay? Where are you, motherfucker, doing anything about that? Nowhere. And we understand that you have a family, a biracial family and all that, and more power to you and blessings to you and your wife. But kiss my motherfucking ass. And I hope your wife tells you the same thing. You have no right to speak on us. Which goes to this next bitch next to you, Gia. You have the nerve to say, we don't even know who the fuck you are. You're not even popular to us. You foolish bitch. Don't mention us at all. Go mention other people. How come you're not mentioning Chinese Americans? How come you're not mentioning Korean Americans? What about Mexican Americans, motherfucker? What you talking about us for? I'll tell you why you talk about us. Because we the most popular motherfuckers in the world, that's why. You know why we popular? Because through all the shit that we've taken, we still hold our heads high, man. We still care about our country. We still care about our children. We still care about education, whether you believe that or not. We still care about real political leaders, not athletes and comics commenting. Your media channels have done all that twisted shit. Your media channels have put all this negative mire in the newspapers about us. When are you going to stand up against them for talking bad about us? Probably never, Micheal Rappaport, because you's a goddamn blood-sucking leech and so is that Gia bitch. You know, how about Drake? Drake is a Jewish American. Are you going to direct any attention at him? No, you're not, because he's America's fucking poster child. And as far as Beta Israel goes, yeah, y'all did rescue them. But how about the racial tension they faced when they touched Israel? I think you need to seriously think about what you're saying before you say it, before you offend the wrong people. Fuck boy. Peace and blessings.